ex-girlfriend's family thought I wanted to fuck my cousin.
Yeah, I think everybody.
Bro, it's the way you fucking phrased it.
Yeah, that's bad, man. That's really bad. That's a rough place to be.
It's like, yeah.
Well, and when you're in a relationship, you shouldn't compare your relationship to other people's relationships.
In the first place.
That's the first fallacy, right? Mm-hmm. The second, definitely don't compare it to a relationship with a family member.
Also, yeah.
And that's that.
At any
next topic.
At any time, in any moment, not even just in a relationship, but amongst friends, at work, never should fucking your cousins or family ever be a thing that you talk about.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hola, everybody. ¿Cómo estás? Me llamo Estúpido. Estúpido.
Estúpido.
Wow. Today's podcast is only going to be in Spanish. Patrick, would you please start us off?
Hola, bienvenidos, gente.
Why are you selling us used cars, bro?
You gotta get amped in Spanish, bro. You gotta get amped.
You have to be expressive.
Estamos aquí con el GeniusBrain. Vamos a hacer un podcast con el Nicolás, Jerome Dunn y el David So.
Hey, you know what I mean?
Bro, guttural noises is not Spanish. It's not the same thing. Mi nombre es Nick. Es tu amigo Patricio y David Gukiso.
Hey, thank you, everybody. My name is I'm Muguki here, huh? You know, I'll tell you this though. People always get shocked that you're Mexican. People will never fucking expect it.
No one will believe it, dude. Sometimes I forget, and then I start speaking Spanish. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Mexican.
That's fucking right.
His middle name is Tomas.
Tomas. My name is Patrick Thomas Riley. Patrick Tomas.
Tomas.
Riley.
There's no H, and there's a little accent over
Pero
it.
soy mexicano.
Half Mexican?
I'm actually mostly Mexican. Because my dad was like Irish Italian, and my mom's just full on Mexican.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
full on, bro.
But the white genes,
they prominent, bro.
Took over, dude. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but they just kicked in on my face.
You're pretty fluent in it though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up speaking it.
He can hang with the best of them.
Yeah, I mean, I shock people.
Tip is like, oh, Patrick's Spanish is actually very good. That's what she says.
When I start, like,
and she knows Spanish
in restaurants and shit, like, the cooks and like, I get along with the kitchen so well, dude. I fucking love it. Like, cause they're like, all right, who's this new dude? And I'll start speaking Spanish with them, and they'll be like, oh, Patricio.
All of a sudden, the mariachi band comes out. Like, yo, what the fuck?
And I hook them up with booze too, so we're homies.
They love you, dude.
So
that's that shit, dude. Language, if you know the language or the food, it connects super fast. I got to learn Spanish, man. Yeah. Just because I love the culture so fucking much, and the women.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if you work at a restaurant for a while, you pick up a lot of Spanish just because like all the people you work with. Because a lot of the guys that I worked with when I was in a restaurant, they all mostly spoke Spanish.
You definitely find out the bad, like mamon, maricon.
Yeah, you found out the bad shit first.
Mamon, maricon,
pinches joto.
I heard puto, fucking maricon.
Pinches chinito.
Let me tell you something about
Chinito
that word.
all day for you.
Chinito all day.
That was my nickname in high school.
Yeah.
I heard him in
Chinito?
handsome. So I would just walk around. They're like, maricon. I'm like, that's me, man.
Yeah, that's me. I'm handsome.
Yeah, thanks, man. Hey,
yeah,
maricon's coming through.
Cute.
I'm like, wow, by the way, I switched my hips.
My heels.
They love that shit, though. I feel like Mexican people, they love giving people nicknames for no goddamn reason.
All day.
Even though you don't ask for it.
All day.
It's like, what the fuck? What's up, fucking gordo? I'm like, hey, man, my name's David. Yeah, not gordo, dude.
They used to call me Canas in high school.
Canas?
Yeah, because I had white hair.
Yeah.
They used to call me Canas or like, you know, Dumbo or fucking idiot. They would call me stuff like that.
It wasn't even in Spanish.
Hey, what's up, fucking idiot?
No. That's Spanish.
Yeah.
Like, what's that mean in Spanish? It means fucking idiot. I'm like, these guys love me, man.
Wow, these guys, I'm in with the community.
I remember when I worked at Giant Rockets, there was one cook. His name is Ruben, and like he didn't speak any English to me. He didn't speak any English at all. But we would communicate with like kind of like just I would slap his ass. He'd slap my ass. He'd grab my titty. We do shit like that all the time. But he wouldn't speak English to me at all. So one day, early in the morning, he's fixing the grill, and I come up to him, and I used to always just slap him hard as fuck on the ass, like as hard as I could, and he'd be like, "Hey, wait, pinche loto!" Like he would just say crazy shit to me, and we would like bond over that. That's how, and we'd kiss and stuff. Like it was so fun, dude.
Wow.
Nice.
What was the sex
besos,
like?
The besos were great.
Besitos?
Yeah, he gave me besitos on my tummy, on my estómago.
Mira, Nick, te voy a dar besitos en la panza, okay, güey?
So anyway, so I walk in, Ruben is facing the grill, and I walk up and I go, bah, slapped the fuck out of his ass cheeks, bro. He turns around and it wasn't Ruben. It was a completely new guy. His name was Abel.
Abel?
And he was like, fucking maricon?
He's like, hey, don't, I don't do that gay shit, huh? Like, don't do that shit. And I was like, yo, my bad, bro. I thought you were Ruben. But then afterwards, he hated me for like a week. And then he became one of my favorite cooks.
And then he started touching your ass a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it now.
He's like, you know,
I don't do that gay shit. He was like, why'd you say? He was like, but poquito. I just want to establish my fucking manliness, my machismo before everybody finds out I'm gay.
And there was this one cook, I forgot his name, but he would be like, hey fool, like, but he was like a greaser. I think he was from like East Los. But you're like, hey fool, how you spell beautiful, dog? I'll be like,
asking the wrong guy.
I don't know, man.
The wrong guy.
You're like, fool, like, hey, phone with like a F-O-N-E, right, fool? Like, phone? And I was like, nah.
I was like, were you born in a prison?
Yeah.
What happened to you? Fucking phone?
Phone, like phone, fool, like what I'm using right now. And he would only use T9. He only had like a flip phone. Yeah, and this is at the time where everyone had like, you know,
touch phones.
Yeah, touch phones. Yeah. But he was that guy. He was a good guy though. I liked working with those guys.
Dude, the kitchen is always the shit.
It's the best.
Restaurants. You like, and I love it too because front of the house is all like being nice and putting on the mask and like everything's very like, you know, customer service. And you go to the back and it's like, you're a fucking bitch. Like it's just all gay jokes, funny shit, like just sexual harassment.
Yeah, all
hilarious,
the time.
just funny ass shit at all times. Dude, I remember I was there was this guy, this Filipino dude I worked with. And it's me and this dude Leo, this Mexican dude who's cool as fuck. And we're like we just got there in the morning, like we're making coffees. And there was a gay dishwasher. And he looked like the Cat in the Hat, but like gay, like gay Mexican version of Cat in the Hat. That's what he looked like. And he'd always be like, ah, like that. He'd walk around and be like, ah, like I don't know. Like, that's all he's doing. Bro, this dude,
dope.
the Filipino dude comes up and then I'm making my coffee, comes up behind me, he goes, Toma! Puts it in her ass, then jumps over to Leo, Toma! And then jumps over to Toma! And then the one goes, ah! Like, bro, it was fucking hilarious. Hilarious.
Like the kitchen is always that spot too, because it's such a high stress level place. You have to make it fun. And you guys are on your feet all the time.
And you're running. If you work in a restaurant, like there's no stopping. There's no like downtime. You don't got time to chill. Like you're always running around.
Dude, and you're dealing with food. People are so picky. And like if you fuck up an order, like that comes back on you. It's like a whole...
Dude, the fucking gay Mexican dudes, man, they always sound like the way they look. Yeah, I mean, like remember when we watched the case, like the terrible case of Gabriel Hernandez?
Yeah.
And his uncle. He's a
gay
uncle. I was like, I already know.
He looked like Freddie Mercury.
What his voice is gonna sound like, and to the fucking T, I love him. I was like, to the fucking T, man. I know like 30 dudes like that.
Yeah, bro. Gay Mexican dudes are the best, bro. Like this dude came up. Like I worked at the bar. He would always come up for these little like toothpicks. And in Spanish, a stick is called a palo. If a little one is a palito. It's like you add ito or ita to any word. It's a small version of that, right? So
Chino, chinito.
But like un palo is like also slang for a dick, right? It's like a stick, like the word un palo, like that. I'm giving you some dick. So he'd always come up. He like, and he literally always walked with his wrists were always loose like this, and he'd be walking, and he was like in his 50s and shit. And he would wear eyeliner, and he'd come up and he's like, "Vengo por un palito," like I'm coming for a little palito. And then he'd be like, and I'd be like, "You want me to give you a palito?" And he'd be like, "Sí." And I would give him the little toothpick. He's like, "Gracias," and he's like, just glitter would just follow him for some fucking.
As he walks away, fucking 7 butterflies comes out from his ear.
A rainbow streamer.
So where'd you get those butterflies? Did you know already?
Glitter just out of his ass. Yeah, but
that's the
best, dude. The kitchen is where it's at, dude.
It's the most fun.
Funny shit.
I never liked my server coworkers because they would always like. Some of them were just fucking like, they just wouldn't hustle. They would just be like, they'd take their time and shit. But then all the dudes in the back were always like, yo, fucking hustle. Let's go. And that's how it had to be. And they'd call you a fucking idiot up from time to time.
Bro, one of the best, like, ponte las pilas in Spanish. So that means like, so literally what that means was put in your batteries, ponte las pilas. But what they're saying is like fucking like get to work, bro, dude, like hustle. But I just love Spanish because it's like ponte las pilas, like put the fucking batteries in your fucking back, bro, and get to fucking work. But it's just Spanish is so funny, dude. Spanish is hilarious.
How you say
fucking
Ponte las pilas.
Ponte las
Joto.
pilas.
Like, hey, ponte las
Hey,
pilas,
man.
ándale. Ponte las pilas. Like, get to fucking work, bro. Put your batteries in. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
That's why I want to learn. There's so many like cool like Spanish idioms.
And it's like
dude.
funny.
There's
It's way
Spanish
funnier than it is in Spanish.
so funny, dude. Like, it's one of the funniest fucking things. Like, I'll just hear random things and I'll just start crying, laughing. But there's no way to like. I can tell you what it means in English, but it just doesn't translate. It doesn't translate.
That's what Tiff says to me all the time. She's like, I wish you knew Spanish. And I was like,
so
babe, I
That's
do.
like the same thing with Korean. Korean is one of those Asian languages that have a lot of curse words. So like I feel like sometimes when I get angry, I actually curse in Korean and it feels better.
Yeah.
It's very, very descriptive. Like there's this thing my mom used to say to me all the time. And like she would look at me and she goes, "You don't that means
Whoa.
like you fucking literally hanging piece of dog shit."
Literal.
She would call me a dingleberry.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's no.
It's fucked up.
And then
That's
you would,
bad.
I remember.
That means you're not even shit. You're just
I would
a fucking-
repeat these Korean words just when I'm walking around and shit, just because it was so casual. My mom would curse at me 24/7, and then people would be like, "Yo, why do you talk like that? Like you talk like a fucking like Korean like thug." I'm like, "What do you mean? That's how my mom fucking talks." They're like, "Your mom speaks to you like that." I was like, and I started repeating the stuff my mom would say. They're like, "That's pretty
Really
fucked
bad.
up." And I would call my mom. I'm like, "Hey, why do you talk to me like that?" She goes, "Mommy crazy." I was like, "You don't just say shit like that to your fucking kid." Like she would always tell me to go kill myself all the time.
Wow.
She was just like, "Why don't you just go kill yourself?" And,
You
in
little
Korean, it's not as intense.
Right.
So like one of the most popular Korean phrases is "Do 죽을래?" That means like, "Do you want to die?" like she would say that profusely to us growing up. Do you want to die?
Yeah.
She goes, "너 죽고 싶어?" That means like, "You want to die right now?"
Yeah.
And that's like some normal shit you say to a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the fucking time. And so like Korean is like very intense.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, there's certain shit like that where, like, I like that you said that, where it's like go kill yourself, but it's not like as intense as it is in English. Because like my mom, sometimes she'd be pissed at me too. My mom's crazy, like says crazy shit all the time. She reminds me of your uncle, like your uncle's stories. like when you were saying that,
so
like, that reminds
funny.
me of my mom. But she'd be mad at me and she'd be like chinga tu madre, which like we've all heard that, but that literally translates to fuck your mother. Like my mom is saying chinga tu madre, and I'm like a kid and I want to be like, that's you though, and then she beats my ass, you know.
Dog, same shit happened to me. So when I started getting really good at Korean, my mom would always call me keseki, which means son of a bitch. And then one
Keseki.
time my mom was like, he's like, "You got the keseki." That he's like, "That means you fucking bitches." And I looked at my mom and I'm like, "Mom," like in Korean, I'm asking her, I'm like, "Are you calling me a keseki?" It means a son of a dog. And I'm like, "Well, you're my mom, so aren't you the dog?" She goes, "Oh, so now you speak Korean?"
Little bitch.
She starts beating my ass.
All of a sudden you speak
It's
Korean.
like, "Oh, now you're suddenly fluent in Korean?"
Dude, I remember my mom would like, we had an interaction like that, and she got mad at me and she started slapping me, and I put my hands up to just block my face, like just like this, and she was like, "You put your hands up to your own mother!" It's like, I'm protecting my fucking face, dude. Like
I got my ass beat
I was always
once.
like, what?
Yeah.
I got my ass
Confused.
beat once because I used to have to work in my parents' store every fucking Saturday. You know, sometimes that shit's exhausting. I'm not in a great mood, but I had to carry a bunch of these supplies into the store, and when the store kind of swings open and closes really hard, and so when I was opening the door and it came back, it slammed on my hand, and I went shit. But she kind of knew that I was in a bad mood already, but she thought I was cursing at her. But she doesn't know that you can't say shit to a person.
Yeah.
Shit. You don't go shit. But all she just kept saying to me was, she goes, "Mo," which means what? Mo? Shit? 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 She kept saying, shit. And then she went to the back, grabbed this bamboo stick. There was this green, thin bamboo stick that she will whoop my ass with, and she fucking beat the shit out of me.
Damn.
But she didn't know, and I kept on trying to explain to her as I'm getting my ass beat, like, "I wasn't saying it to you. My hand got slammed." Shit. Oh, shit. She just kept whooping my ass, dude. She would beat, and her moral fucking high ground was so weird because she would tell my dad, you could beat them, but don't you ever hit them in the face. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
You're beating the shit out of me.
I'm terrified.
I'm fucking
Either
scared.
way.
Yeah.
I'm very scared.
That little green bamboo stick was used to kind of hold up plants, and like almost
I know exactly what
you
you're
know
talking about.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I used to call that shit the destroyer because you couldn't.
And it was like ribbed.
It was so fast, you couldn't see it, but you could hear it. That's how,
It was like a switch. It was pretty much a switch.
it was a switch. It was so fucking painful. And I remember when my grandma beat me with that shit. She had it too. And finally one day when she smacked me upside the head with it, it snapped. I thought like I broke Excalibur. Like I snapped the sword in half. It's like never again. Dude, I didn't know that shit came in like a 24 pack. And I remember number 24 because she went behind this old couch that we had, took this pack out. It was so fucking dusty because that stick didn't break. And it had
durable.
A yellow and blue sign that said 24 count.
Oh,
and then she whipped out a fresh one.
That's like...
This podcast is brought to you by RAYCON. My friends, are you listening to your music with wired earbuds? Do you also drive a car with an 8-track in it? Is that your form of music? Because that's how dated it is. I'm telling you right now, if you don't own yourself a pair of RAYCON earbuds, you are missing out. Let me just give you a few pointers why. You already know RAYCON earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market, and they sound just as amazing as other top audio brands you know. Now, I've had a lot of other wireless earbuds before, and probably one of the most annoying things that I had to deal with was even if they didn't have wires, the case was so bulky, and they didn't charge them that well either. Well, these RAYCON earbuds, they're super compact. On top of that, they feel amazing and they fit in your ears really light and super comfortably. So I actually use these RAYCON earbuds whenever I go biking or if I'm out because I don't want to deal with wires, and I also don't want to deal with the bulk of having a large charging case. Well, now's the time to get the latest and greatest from RAYCON. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/brain. That's buyraycon.com/brain for 15% off RAYCON wireless earbuds. buyraycon.com/brain.
Beat the bad guy, and then they look and there's like a whole army of the same. Like, dun, 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 dun,
exactly.
Like, fuck.
Beat the living shit. And there was a certain point too where my dad didn't. I think my grandma really didn't fucking like me because there was a certain point where my dad wouldn't allow me to go to my grandma's house, which was his mom, because she would beat me specifically a lot more than my brother.
Damn.
And so my brother was like the golden child. He would do really well in school, but I used to get beat excessively. And the last time that I got beat, my grandma hit me in the face with that stick and it welted all across my face and it was in my eye. Oof. And my dad got so fucking mad he didn't let my grandma see me for a whole fucking month,
because that's when child services gets involved, and that's when you're in trouble.
Yeah. And so like it was crazy. It's so funny because like even though I had that memory of her, I have like such fond memories of her.
Yeah.
But I do remember she fucking hated my guts. Like she fucking hated me.
But she was great.
My cousin told me the story where I didn't know about this shit, but apparently my grandma didn't like my mom at all, because my mom is actually 6 or 7 years older than my dad. So you know, like in Asian culture, that shit's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you're supposed to marry people 6 or 7 years younger if you're a guy. So when we were living in Texas at the time, my I guess my dad was there and they were all having dinner. My cousin tells me the story. So they're all having dinner, and then my grandma out of nowhere just accuses my mom of cheating on my dad.
Wow.
She goes, I bet you your second son's not even like your actual son. So I guess up until that point, she assumed that I was some kind of fucking latchkey kid.
Oh no.
But,
wow. She was right?
Shit. Exactly. My mom be fucking around.
She be fucking.
But my dad, my cousin told me, he's cracking up. He goes, bro, like I remember that shit is the biggest fight that we ever had in that house in Texas. And everybody's screaming at each other. And then our grandpa, people are yelling, standing up, screaming at each other. And our grandpa's just eating dinner, just sick of the shit, just eating his food. That out of nowhere, he just goes, top of his lungs, and the whole table gets quiet. He just goes,
he turns into Goku.
Gold.
Screaming at the top of his lungs out of nowhere, and everybody gets quiet and just goes back to his fucking food and just starts eating. And they never went back to that topic ever again.
Wow.
Yeah.
You brought up some shit,
He made his
dude.
point. I like that.
You brought up some shit.
He's just like, I'm fucking sick of all you motherfuckers. Who the fuck just screams out of nowhere?
Rage,
I feel like that's the only way to like stop shit like that. You know,
Wow.
you gotta fight fire with fire. Especially when you're old, you just don't give a fuck
I
anymore. You're
respect
just like,
that. That's fucking amazing.
yeah. You just get so sick of their shit. You're just like, dude,
Super
enough.
Saiyan 6 with the tail. He had the monkey tail. Bro, damn.
You want to murder
my
his whole
cousin, I
family.
obviously was like 1 year old at the time, and I wasn't in the States yet. But my I guess they brought my mom over first. But my cousin told me that he just started screaming like just like that. That's at the top of his lungs, and everybody just went dead fucking silent.
Wow.
But, yeah, because what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's the ultimate trump card. You're like, all right, dude, this guy's gonna murder us.
You're like,
if we go
if
we go any longer, we're all gonna be dead.
A dude is just exploding at the corner of the table. It's like just self-destructing.
Could you fucking imagine this guy just eating food and he's quiet, and then he just puts his fucking knife and fork down super gently? like, yo, what the fuck is this? This guy's gonna fucking murder us.
Bro, that's so funny. Because like there's so much emotion that literally words just can't, like, it's just an overload of like, this just has to come out.
My grandpa would never really talk to us when we were younger. Like, I just remember him being super quiet to himself, and he would hate if we would have too much fun. So
That's the most old Asian shit ever, bro.
like we would be watching, like, I remember I got my ass beat while laughing my ass off because I couldn't stop laughing at some shit that I saw on TV, and we were laughing so fucking hard. My grandpa came out and he was just like, yeah, because he loves yelling, right? And he was telling us to be quiet, but I couldn't stop laughing, so he started beating our ass. But I was crying because it hurt, but I was also crying because I couldn't stop laughing. So he just hated us having fun all the time.
You want everything to be quiet.
The guy used to play fucking mahjong with himself all the time, and then in the mornings he would do like handstands for like 15 minutes straight.
Handstands?
Handstands.
Wow.
Yep. This guy lived till he was 98.
Damn.
Almost to 100.
What the fuck? Good for him.
Key to life, dude.
Handstands.
Handstands and just start screaming.
And suppressed
MJ.
joy.
Suppressed
joy scream.
You can't have too much fun or like your life goes out of your body.
Don't have too much smile.
Too much smile.
Oh my god.
Straight to face.
That's fucking
funny.
amazing.
Dude, being in a fucking Korean family as a kid, like, I think my experience is unique though, because I share these stories with other Korean people. They're like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, it's such a Korean, right? They're like, that's not a Korean thing, David. Like,
That's a you thing,
that's
dude.
a you thing, bro.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, man, I got so many fucking childhood stories. It's unreal. Like, and then you don't really remember this stuff until like
You get older.
you get a little older. I'm like, oh, this was kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, shit starts making sense. You're
I
like,
think I've
maybe
suppressed
I'm
a lot
this
of
way
things.
because of this.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like when
Yeah.
I live with like sometimes like when I live with Tiff, because like she'll do certain things and she won't get mad at me. Like my mom used to always she would like get so mad at us when she's cleaning stuff that we like fucked up or just cleaning in general. She would just be yelling at us all the time. And then like I associate that with like anytime like Tiff is cleaning the house, I'll be like, hey, are you mad at me? And she goes, no.
Stop being fucking weird, dude.
And I was like, can I help you with something? She was like, no, I said I would do it. Like, just let me do it.
Get the fuck away from me.
And I'd be like, no, but like, you want me to like, and she's like, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, all right, sorry. And I'll just sit back down. And I'll just like start crying. I'll be like, oh, dude, this is crazy. I think I have trauma, dude.
You know, when you're in these long-term relationships, like I think what I started finding out was that you actually find out more about yourself than you do about the other person.
No, for sure.
Like you find out stuff that irritates you a lot more that you didn't realize irritates you.
Yeah.
You find out like how sometimes fucked up your personal life
And
is compared
it's
to
your
theirs.
own shit.
Yeah.
Like when Tiff will turn on the air conditioning, I'll have like this sense of like, we have to turn it off.
Oh yeah.
Because growing up as a kid, we'd never use the air conditioning. We would never use the
Ever.
air heater, air conditioning. Like my mom would give us hand fans and be like, yeah, use this. And then so like I'll be I have my office in my house, and it gets so hot because there's no ventilation, and it's like it's the one part of the house that's not shaded by a bunch of trees, so it's like burning hot. And I'm on my computer like trying to work, and I'm sweating profusely.
He looks like he's breaking to the Pentagon.
And I'm just like I'm almost in. And I'm just typing away.
Poems.
And then like Tiff will walk in and she'll be like,
Writing poems on Zanga.
just
When
haikus.
the winter leaves fell, so did my heart into my stomach when you came before my eyes. Damn thighs.
I wish I could write like that. I wish I could write like that. And then Tiff will come in and be like, hey, it's really hot in here. Please turn on the AC. And I'll be like, nah, it's fine. She'll be like, turn it on.
What
And
was
then
that
I'll
shit?
be like, yeah, you're right.
Taco meat.
Pink taco meat.
Raw pink meat ain't talking
Talk
about
about
kabuki.
kabuki.
I'm telling you, that shit's
And that's what I'm
stuck in
writing
your head,
over
dude.
and over again on Microsoft Word. And I'm just saying that to my clients. So yeah, that's my life story.
Mariel's kind of like that too, where she doesn't want to turn on the AC, but I've kind of moved past that now. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm turning on the fucking AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I started to realize how important it is. Instead of saving the $100, I should probably sleep.
Yeah, right.
Like, sleep is a little more important than $100. Like I would wake up and I'll have a sweat angel on my bed, and I'm like, but I say $12. You know? Then sleep a fucking ounce.
Yeah, that's so
A
true
week.
though.
That's crazy. Bro, I don't like the noise of air conditioners for some reason though. Like the noise irritates the fuck out of me.
I like the white noise.
It
I can fall asleep to
doesn't
that shit.
drown out. Like for me, it like whenever I hear, like I like obviously being in a cool space, but like it just reminds me of an office. Like I feel like in offices I always hear that like hum, that
that ominous hum.
I always have to sleep with the window open though, because I need circulating air. If I don't, like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night because the air feels dead. Like I can't breathe because it feels like it's suffocating me.
Wow.
Yeah. So like even the other night.
Yeah, this guy's fucking weird, huh?
Yeah, man.
You can't sleep. You just start yelling. And Mariel wakes up like, "Yo, Dave, what the fuck are you doing?"
So it actually feels like somebody has like a blanket over my face. So I'll wake up like that, and I'm just freaking out, and I'll open the window, and some cool air will come in, and then I'll start falling asleep.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't sleep with dead air.
What if someone blows on your face?
Who the fuck is blowing in my face?
No. There's people you can hire for that.
No, fucking Mariel did the funniest thing. So she talks in her sleep a lot, and as she's sleeping, I'm still awake on my phone. I couldn't sleep after this because she scared the fuck out of me. But this is an exact replica or representation of how she screamed. I'm sleeping, and I'm not sleeping. I'm laying in bed, and she's sleeping, and she goes, "Oh!" And I go, "Whoa, what the fuck?" I'm like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? She goes, "Oh, I had a dream. I was walking down a hall, and there were stairs, and this guy grabbed me and threw me down, and I was screaming." And she fucking sleeps right after she screamed. Oh! This bitch fucking woke me up, and I had nightmares because of that horrific scream I heard at 3 a.m.
That's her falling down the stairs.
That's the sound of her screaming, falling down.
That's distance.
She accounted for that in her dream. That's good.
Wow.
That's good sound effect.
She's the only
Be a
person
Foley artist.
that can fucking like fall asleep right after she just woke up.
Wow.
That's
a talent.
She'll scream.
Is she a heavy sleeper?
She's a heavy fucking sleeper.
See, that's why.
Easy shit. Which is great because I snore, so she just fucking knocked the fuck out.
Nice.
You snore?
Only when I'm facing up, I snore. When I'm on my side, I don't snore. One time, Tiff told me, she goes, "You were talking last night," and I was like, "Really?" I was like, "What did I say?" And she's like looking at me, and she's like, "You want to know what you said?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, I wake up, and I start talking, and then she says, "You started saying, why don't you just grab that jump rope over there and just go for like about 3 minutes?" And then I went back to sleep.
So you dreamed about your job?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What a waste of a fucking dream,
Yeah,
dude.
that's like,
That's the loserish thing I've ever heard in my fucking life, dude. Like, he's like, "What did you say in your fucking sleep?" "I'm gonna fucking organize these files, and then I'll get the papers right to you. I'll email it to you in about 2 minutes."
just 7 more reps, and then we're all done.
At least Mariel was fucking being murdered by some stranger.
I get murdered in my dreams too, bro.
Oh yeah, tell me a time you were fucking murdered, please. Let me know right now. When were you murdered?
Somebody threw me down some stairs, and I was like,
so many. I have so many fucking vivid dreams. You wouldn't even believe it, dude. I got so many.
Like what?
What do you got?
Give me your best shit.
Damn, I've told
Top 5.
I've told
top 3. Top 2.
I actually write all my dreams down.
And fuck you, dude. You write down your dreams
You got a dream
in a
journal?
dream journal. You fucking loser.
Dream journal,
You're
bro.
making fun of me
You know,
for my born ass dreams. You motherfucker. You got a dream journal?
Hey, when you say it like that, it sounds way weird. Why do you have to call it a dream journal? Why do you call it a dream journal?
Do you have a dream?
Don't call it a dream journal.
Do you have a dream catcher over your fucking bed?
No, call it
you
dream
idiot?
catalog, dude. What the fuck?
A dream catalog.
Well, when you call it a dream journal, it sounds so loserish.
All right, dream catalog.
Well, I'm not sharing my
baby.
dreams. Well, let's go into my dream journal, guys.
She pulls it out. So tell us about your best dream journals, you fucking idiot.
So recently, I had a dream. So you had dreams? So you have a dream when you could do anything? You have dreams? I always have these very odd dreams that always like interweave and connect to some other shit, right? So I was in this like southern ass country, don't know where the fuck it is, but there was this house, right? So when I'm chilling outside, I own this house in this dream, and I'm having a conversation with a couple of my friends from Sacramento or whatever, and suddenly as we're speaking, the sunset goes away and it gets super fucking dark instantaneously, like. You know, like when the sunset happens, it's very gradual, but it's super quick, just fuck, and it just becomes super dark, and then everybody starts to freak out.
You got a time lapse.
So everybody starts to freak out, and they go, and they look at me, they go, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Are you ready for fucking what?" They're like, "It's time." I'm like, "It's time for fucking what?" And then I look at my fucking body, and I have like this assault rifle on me. I'm like geared the fuck up.
Yeah.
And we're going in, and immediately I know that inside this house, in order for me, it's an Airbnb that I rented out. I don't know why I know this.
Yeah,
but, you know, these scenarios are there.
You set the stage already.
Yeah, and so we're supposed to go into this Airbnb. He goes like, well, we need to fucking rent this place out, but there's fucking zombies in there, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? And, you know, me still being me, I'm like, why don't we go somewhere else? Like, no, we need to fucking get rid of this shit. Like, this is our duty to.
Because you have to rent it out for tomorrow because you have guests coming in.
Like, it's our duty to
And they have
fucking
a 3 night
protect
minimum. You know, that's a lot of money.
to protect protect people. And so when I go inside, it's not even just regular zombies. It's fucking vampire zombies. So they don't just eat you; they suck your blood.
Whoa.
It's like that movie with Josh Hartnett, the 40 Nights.
I've never seen that shit because I don't watch movies because I actually work.
No.
So I don't. You fucking weird catalog of
So
movies.
Sex and the City is a great show, you guys. My favorite movie is probably the second one.
Perfect.
Yeah, continue.
So as I'm walking into this fucking house, and this house looks like one of those kind of ranch style homes, very big 1-story home. We go inside. Literally, I've never felt so good with a gun in my life, dude. I'm blasting the fuck out of these people.
You're John Wicking it up, dude.
Yo, John Wick plus Dragon Ball Z is me.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
I'm talking about I did this one shit.
You're like your
blew my
grandfather.
fucking mind. Like I walked up, I kicked off the wall, I did a flip, and I said, sa 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 sa.
Oh, shit.
Blasted these motherfuckers in the head. I'm
Damn.
killing everybody, dude.
You should write a screenplay.
That's dope.
It's insane. So I'm like literally blasting all these fucking vampire zombies in their head. Part that freaked me out the most was there was this one room that I had to go through. It was a red door.
Oh, no.
And
That's
then-
always the
There you go.
ghost. That's the ghost door.
And you can hear a girl screaming for help on the other side, like
Oh, fuck.
screaming for help. And in my mind, I know that if I go in, it's a trap. But then, me being the hero that I am, I'm
yeah.
like, I have to go into this fucking room because I already just murked a bunch of fucking zombie
You're like, what's
vampires,
5 more zombies?
right? Walked inside, and there's this girl in this dark room, red light lit up. She's there, and she's
out.
eating the carcass of another young girl.
Ooh.
I start to freak the fuck out. Like in this dream, I'm freaking the fuck out. I just get my gun. I start blasting this little demon girl.
Right.
But none of the bullets are affecting her. And she's just walking up towards me.
Oh, no.
Slowly, slowly, slowly. And then the people behind me are trying to push me, saying, no, you got to fucking kill her. But they won't let me out the room. So they're pushing me, but they won't. And these are my
It's a
friends.
setup. It's a setup.
Whoa.
And so like you have to kill her. And she's getting closer and closer and closer.
Whoa.
I freak the fuck out. Somehow I struggle past them. I run outside. And when I run outside, it's sunset again and it's not dark. I get into this Chevy Suburban, and we're walking in and like, yo, we got to get the fuck out of here. And it's weird because now when I walk into the Suburban, it's my car. When I was in the front seat, but now I'm in the back seat and it's an Uber, and then I wake up.
I've had that exact same dream, actually. Like, word for word.
Back of an Uber, bro? What the fuck?
Weird,
That's
dude.
so wild.
I have these vivid fucking dreams, and it always happens because I can't when I don't sleep well.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm off and on in sleep, I can remember all this weird shit.
Damn.
And so like I always feel like I'm writing them down because it feels like an omen for something else. Obviously, none of this stuff has ever come true.
Did you kill
Do you-
a bunch of people in a house one day? Is that where this dream comes from?
Is
that your omen?
Let's move on.
Did you murder some people at an Airbnb?
I what?
Did you murder a bunch of people at an Airbnb? Is that why you're having this dream?
What's murder?
What is
it?
murder?
What
Let's
is
define
it?
Murder
I'm pulling
is
an R. Kelly
subjective.
right now. Did you touch these young girls? What's young girls? What
like-
age is this young girl?
Hey,
Wait.
very good argument.
Yeah.
Next question.
How old is 16?
And you're like, wow, yeah, you're right.
Well, today we're going to
ages
get into
are
an
arbitrary.
advice column because nobody has actually gotten advice from the trio.
Oh man.
Here we go.
Get ready for some bad advice, guys.
Ooh.
Here we go. This one is to. I'm always going to leave your guys' name out because I'm assuming that you probably don't want me to say your name. But his last name is Zhang. Okay,
And
let's
you have
call
your
him.
social security number on there.
Let's call him Ting Tong Zhang.
Ting tong.
Zhang, Xiong. He is Mong, obviously. My name is Ting Tong Zhang. I'm Mong, and I'm 23 years old. I've been wondering about how to save myself. For what? Marriage? What is this? A little bit about my life situation right now is I broke up with my girlfriend. Shit tough, dude. We dated a little over 6 years. Damn, that's a long fucking time. I saw her almost every day since we started dating. Loser. To me, it felt like no, I'm kidding. To me, it felt like marriage because I spent all my time with her. We went out together, cooked, slept, partied, shopped, and basically we did everything together. The reason why we broke up was because of something I said 2 years ago. Damn, she bitch go fucking remember
What did he
everything.
say?
Yeah.
She's an elephant.
She's an elephant.
This kid remember everything. What I said was, why can't we be like me and my cousin? Or wait, what? My cousin and I. I don't know what that means. That sounds really weird.
Wait, what?
At that time,
Yeah,
I
I'm
wasn't
lost.
really thinking straight and shouldn't have compared my relationship with my cousin. What I wanted to tell her was I wanted a healthy relationship. This is a little.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little weirded up, which I did explain to her later during our argument 2 years ago. And no, I didn't say that because I want to get with my cousin. It's why can't we be like my cousin and I, plus she is my first cousin. You're not helping yourself right now.
Wait.
This is bad, dude.
What?
You know what this
You gotta
sounds like?
talk
It
to
sounds
the
like I
homie.
wrote this, dude. It
Yeah,
sounds like
did you
something
write this?
I would say.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude.
Well, first of all,
Wait, what the fuck is... I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
I understand word vomit. I understand saying something that you like in your head makes sense, but when you say it out loud, it's like the dumbest thing ever.
Well,
but that's bad. That's really bad.
So what is he trying to say right now? When he was talking to his girlfriend, he was like, "Why can't we fuck like our cousins?"
Yeah. Like why can't I eat you out like I do with my cousin?
This bitch is an elephant, dude. She'll remember anything you say.
I'm pretty sure I would remember this very
right,
specifically.
dude.
I'd be like, that dude said he wanted to fuck his cousin one time.
He's like, "Why do you remember everything?" It's like, "Sweetie, I don't remember everything, but I remember that." At that time, I wasn't really thinking straight, and then shouldn't have compared my relationship with my cousin. What I wanted to tell her was that I wanted a healthy relationship. This all still sounds weird, man. Which I did explain to her later during our argument 2 years ago. And no, I didn't say that because I wanted to get with my cousin. Plus, she is my first cousin. I love her. No, I'm kidding. I'm explaining this part because a lot of my ex-girlfriend's family thought I wanted to fuck my cousin.
Yeah, I think everybody does.
Bro, it's the way you fucking phrased it.
Yeah, that's bad, man. That's really bad.
It's like-
That's a rough place to be.
It's like, yeah.
Well, and when you're in a relationship, you shouldn't compare your relationship to other people's relationships.
In the first place.
That's the first fallacy, right? Mm-hmm. The second, definitely don't compare it to a relationship with a family member.
Also, yeah.
And that's that.
At any
next topic.
At any time, in any moment, not even just in a relationship, but amongst friends, at work, never should fucking your cousins or family ever be a thing that you talk about. You know,
yeah, like comparing a romantic relationship with a
platonic.
family.
It's really weird.
why can't we just be like me and my cousin, dog?
Like I could maybe understand where you're coming from, but also just don't. That's a big no-no, man. That's a big no-no.
Well, I mean, for us too, as people who are on the outside, if there wasn't any nuance, there's no way that I would have. There's only one way for me to assume that you want to fuck your cousin.
Yeah.
So for let's say you're having an argument with her, right? So you're having this conversation with your girlfriend. You're like, you know what? Our relationship sucks. We're not having sex. You don't suck my dick like you used to. Yeah. I wish you were my cousin.
Yeah. Why can't you be like my cousin Nancy?
That's hilarious, though. That's really fucking funny, though. That's fucking
Here's the
hilarious.
thing. It's just it's a bad choice of words.
Yeah,
it's very bad choice of words.
Bad choice of words.
And the problem sometimes with these questions is like you wish you had more context because in their head they're giving you all that they think that you need to hear.
Yeah, like I wish there was a video of what happened. Like let me see what happened.
We need to know more backstory, right? So based on the information you've given us,
well, there's more backstory.
Oh shit! Okay, continue.
Okay, go.
We cut you off.
Okay. So I lost a couple of good friends because they were her family, even though I met them before we dated, which hurted quite a lot. Thy English, not so great. Man, that shit hurted.
That shit hurted.
You know what, dude? I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to autocorrect as I speak.
No, don't.
Nope. I appreciate this guy because he's a fan, and I want to respect him. My ex became very insecure about me.
As he laughs.
What are you talking about, man? After what I said 2 years ago, she didn't want me to have any female friends and always thought I would try to get with her cousins. I didn't really understand why because I showed her that she could trust me by not talking to any female for a whole year. Stopped talking / not seeing my cousin for 2 years and even stopped watching porn.
All right. Man. Okay. Wait. So okay.
This is a bad spot, dude.
I'm sorry. This is the fucking dumbest thing. Hold on a second, dude. This guy's like,
when you
baby, I love you. I swear to God, I'm gonna stop looking at my cousin. Like, what the fuck is going on?
All that does is give more like feeling to the fact you're validating her thoughts about you wanting to fuck your cousin, dude.
This sounds like a young relationship, right? So
yeah,
we're talking about some young people.
This
I'm
is
assuming, like, if you're 35 and this is what you're writing in, that we gotta work on a lot of things. But I'm assuming that they're young.
I'm pretty sure you've been looking at your cousin a little weird for your girlfriend to be like, you know what, man? There's something odd between you two.
Stay away from your fucking cousin.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if you had no allegiance to like romantic relationship with your cousin, you wouldn't have to say all these things. It should just be like, dude,
because I have cousins and I've never ever,
dude,
like a girl cousin would come through and she wants to talk. I'm like, hey, cool, get the fuck out of my room, huh?
You know what I mean? And you know what's funny is like how he said it, right? He goes, and like I try to comparing our relationship to my cousin. By the way, she's my first cousin. Not doing you any favors, bro.
Yeah.
Because that's blood, my guy.
That's
blood, my dude.
My guy.
My G. That's blood.
He was trying to say like, it's ridiculous to assume.
Oh,
it was
I see. Yeah, you're right.
because
You're
she's
right.
my first cousin.
Yeah.
But
That's not fair. That's not fair.
But in the context, that's not like if you're saying, hey, why can't we be like me and my cousin to your girlfriend? She's gonna be like, what the fuck? No, she's my first cousin. It's not gonna help your argument in that situation.
When you tell your girl like, look, I won't even talk to my cousin anymore. That's also weird.
Why can't we just fuck like me and my cousin?
He's having trouble phrasing his words.
It's just a phrasing thing.
And we're having a little bit of fun.
Well,
but also. No,
Nick's the dad. Nick, dad, Nick.
Yeah, dude.
We're having a little bit of fun.
And it's a little refreshing.
Well, just to kind of put things in perspective, it's
We're
just like I think you're having a lot of issues with communication because you clearly don't know how to express what you want to say to your significant other. Especially when you make a romantic comparison to a platonic relationship. There's no other fucking way for her to assume. I mean, I guess like if she's giving you the benefit of the doubt, she wouldn't assume that. But if she does feel that way, maybe the relationship with your cousin might be a little fucking weird.
Maybe it's validated.
Well, I'm thinking. All right, I'm trying to put myself in this dude's shoes. I think he's saying, me and my cousin get along really well. Like we're cool. I'm
They're
assuming
friends,
he has
probably.
a close relationship with his cousin that's not sexual. I'm assuming that.
Yeah.
And he's probably just like, why can't we get along like me and my cousin do?
Yeah.
Wrong. A little weird to bring that in
And
as
you're
an
just
example.
You're just asking for a fight when you make comparisons.
Dude, comparisons are tough.
But
Comparisons are
if at any time your girlfriend makes you stay away from your cousin for a year,
that's
that relationship's over.
Yeah,
that ultimatum is
like, I can't
weird.
even trust you with blood.
Yeah. You can't be. If
yeah.
your girlfriend's like, don't be around your cousin, we need to reevaluate our lives. I can't be with you
because it does sound like he's trying to make a grand gesture, like I'll sacrifice this, but at the same time,
I'll sacrifice my cousin.
not a good look. and he's like, I'm not gonna watch porn anymore, right?
No, that's bad too.
Those are all like, this is a slippery slope.
No.
But I understand, like, you probably are looking for more of a friendship with your significant other.
He probably has a cool relationship with his
But
cousin.
don't use family, dude. That's rough, man.
And
That's
this guy knows
bad.
what he's doing. Bringing the story back to the present, I decided to see my cousin again without my ex's permission.
Wow.
That's the phrasing is bad, man.
These are bad. Dog,
Okay,
I pray to God
Keep going.
that English is not your first language because you are phrasing things that
It's
make
really
you look
it's bad,
terrible.
man.
Let's
It's
continue
bad.
this.
I'm sorry, but it's
because
really bad.
why would I need her permission just to see my family? Probably
Right.
because you made sex eyes with her. We argued the whole day after I hung out with my cousin. We came to an understanding, but she talked to her cousins. Like, you love using that word cousin, baby. to her cousins later that night, and they told her it was wrong of me to put my cousin first over her for just one day. She made me decide to either leave or stay. I told her I wanted to stay, but I needed a week to think over my emotions because that cousin love was really, really strong.
Oh, cousin love, man.
I actually just added that part.
Yeah, I was gonna say that dude did not write that shit.
I was like, dude, you're ruining this for
He
me.
did
right
not
now.
write that.
David, you son of a bitch, you got me.
Yeah, which she kept telling me, no, you need to decide now. So I told her I didn't love her anymore because it seemed like she didn't want to stay but wasn't strong enough to leave. That's some R&B lyrics, bro.
Yeah.
And now
Some
I'm
John B.
alone
shit.
without her. More R&B lyrics. It's been hurting me like crazy because even though we had a lot of bad, there were a lot of good. Motherfucker, you Brian McKnight? I talked to friends and some family, but it didn't seem to help me.
I kind of want to fuck my cousin. Just be more like her, please.
Extra chromosomes. I worked out.
Extra chromosomes.
I work out, eat right, and find new hobbies, but nothing seems to heal me. I'm feeling lost and empty. I try not to bother friends every day because I hate to be other people's burden. So how does one save themselves? Because I'm missing her love and how she was basically my drug addiction and that I couldn't get rid of.
This is a Brian McKnight song, dude.
This is first of all, my guy, dude. You need to fucking become a music writer because that shit right
reals.
there.
You
hit
said
me in
bars,
my
bro.
feels.
You got bars.
I'm missing your love.
But in a serious note, and I want you to take this with a grain of fucking salt because you do remind me of me when I had my very first girlfriend, and you need to take this once again with a grain of salt, but also take it to heart. You are the biggest fucking loser I've ever heard in my life, and the reason why.
But he says that with love. He says it to me all the time. So
I say that because you remind me of myself when I was 18 years old. Right now, your identity as a human being, as a person, is based on what somebody else thinks of you.
Yep.
You are now only worth something because this girl gave you value. You don't have personal value. You can go ahead and exercise, do all this other bullshit, find other hobbies, but you're not really tackling the root of the problem. The root of the problem is that you don't find value in yourself. So if you only feel whole because somebody else tells you that you're an amazing person, right now you're already fucking up. You got to find that yourself. First, and other thing too, man, let's just talk about this. Stop talking about your cousin. Who is your cousin?
You said cousin like 8 times, dude.
How bad is she? Like she's walking around, hey cousin, you want to do bubble bath like we used to when we were
cousin, I'm stuck.
I'm in the laundry, can't get out. I can't get out of the dryer for some reason. My asshole's lubed.
Because I'm a double D now.
Yeah.
What is going on? This is like some weird shit.
You got to stop bringing up your cousin, man.
Is there something I'm so curious because
we got to do a follow up with this.
We need to follow up. We need a picture of the cousin. Also, too,
what's her fans only?
What's her OnlyFans, dude? I think you nailed it on the head. It's just you got to work on yourself. Number one. Number two. Once you get that, once he does that, that'll settle a lot of the problems. But like with the breakups suck no matter what. Even if you do know yourself,
sounds fresh.
Even if you are cool with who you are and whatnot, like breakups are always gonna suck no matter what. That shit stings.
Yeah, and why are you expecting yourself to get over a breakup so easy?
Yeah,
right.
Dude.
It takes
time heals all.
Yeah.
Time, and also it's like just get yourself out there, start talking to other girls, put yourself back on the market.
You gotta move forward, man.
And you're supposed to feel bad after a breakup for a while. I mean, the only time I didn't feel bad, I told this story on a podcast where some women were not very happy with this, is when I fake cried after I broke up with somebody just so I could make sure that they felt like I cared. And
yeah. Well, sometimes you gotta do that.
The laughing doesn't help me right now.
So many girls are like,
"What
was that?
That's funny as fuck."
So,
Wait, did you really?
Okay, so I'll just tell the story again. But I was with the girl, and I pray to God she's not listening to this podcast.
She is.
Bro, I was with the girl, and long story short, with her, she kind of like lightweight cheated on me a little bit, and after all my feelings kind of disappeared. But with her, I remember I broke up with her over the phone because it was a long distance relationship, and this is when I was living in LA.
She cheated on you?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, then you don't have to explain yourself.
And so I was like, I broke up with her. I was like, listen, I thought I could try this. And she started bawling a little bit. And when she was crying, I thought I would feel something. Bro, empty.
Yeah,
empty as fuck.
Because she wronged you.
And then I kind of didn't want to just hang up the phone. So I started fake crying. I went, I'm so sorry. It don't work out. And I fake cried and I hung up the phone, and I did it to spare her feelings.
Yeah, honestly. Well, but if you didn't feel anything, like I don't understand why people get mad at you. It's like you didn't feel anything.
Well, and it's funny because one girl wrote, she goes, if I ever found out, like say you and I were boyfriend and girlfriend, I ever found you fake cried, I would be so fucking pissed. And when I wrote back to her, I was like, well, Sundance 2017. I'm a great actor. You would have never known.
Oh,
baby! Badoosh!
Wait till Gabagook 2 comes out, baby.
Gabagook.
They would have never fucking known. I wonder why you like your cousin so much, man. I've never.
The cousin thing is, there's a lot of cousin stuff in there that I just kind of wasn't making the connection. Like at first I was like, okay, maybe they're cool, but then it was
it's probably just a friendship thing.
Yeah, but
I'm assuming.
How weird is that friendship where your significant other of 6 years feels uncomfortable with the way that you behave with them?
That's true, but also she was tripping about porn and other girls.
He also probably gave her a reason.
Well, was she tripping about it, or did he volunteer it?
He probably
volunteered.
I don't know. It's probably like a guilt thing, right?
I think I'm almost sure this is what happened. She goes, I can't trust you. Well, fine, fuck it. I'll get rid of my mom, my dad, my cousin, and I'll get rid of porn. And he went, fuck.
Yeah. Fuck. Because that's a thing. Like I've done that in the past too with like my relationship where like I'll not like say not like that
big fucking
but I'll say like, oh, like you say things that you think that your partner wants to hear or that they want you to give up.
Give me an example, Pat. You're Tiff, and then you're fucking Nick the ear.
Nick the queer. What?
No, Nick the ear. Fine. Let's do a scenario right now.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, you're angry because Nick keeps on leaving his cum on his fucking boxers, and he says that he doesn't masturbate.
Okay.
Nick, your fucking boxers are stiff as cardboard.
All right. You know what? I'm not going to wear underwear anymore. I won't wear underwear. I don't have to wear any more at all. I won't wear pants. I won't do any of that. How about that? See? That's an example. Boom.
Let me tell you something, man. You should be a relationship counselor.
That's it, dude.
That would solve every relationship problem. I love that shit.
What's the guy's name again?
Huh? I call him Tong Tong Jong.
Tong Tong Jong, you're welcome. Next.
Have you had dude, I had an ex when I lived with her, she would trip on porn. I think I told you guys about that.
Yeah, that's a good story.
But yeah, I don't know. That whole, like I said, there's too many variables in this story. I think you're right. It does sound like he was kind of like, I'll give up my mom.
His back was,
and
yeah, his
porn
back
and
was
whatnot.
against
He's
the
like,
wall.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
Never do that.
It just sounds, yeah, you
It's
can't. Once you
people-pleasing,
start doing
kinda.
that, it's too,
You have to
you're
give
too.
them small things. This is what I do, right? I do the exact opposite of you. It's like, what do you want?
I don't
from me?
do that anymore.
I was like,
Okay,
what do you
dude.
want?
That was like when we
Fine.
first started
Fuck
dating.
it. I'll give up carbs for 3 hours. How about that? Does that show dedication?
She's like,
tomorrow, wake up, I'll do half the bed. What is that?
Yeah.
And she goes, half the bed, do the whole bed. Fine, fuck it. Not a problem.
boom. Yeah.
But she
that's-
thinks that she fucking doubled up on her earnings, but she
Yeah.
really didn't get shit.
There you go. I
That's
like
a
that.
negotiator right
Dang,
there, dude.
bang,
That
bang,
guy's a
bang,
fucking
bang.
negotiator.
Dude, man, 6-year anniversary, August 17th, coming up.
Wow.
Wow.
I've been with her for 6 fucking long
That's a long
years.
relationship.
I'm telling you, man, I never thought I would make it this far with her. And I'll tell you this right now, never wanted to fuck my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever.
That'd probably fuck the relationship up.
Oh, I'm 100%
Yeah,
sure.
like if you always talked about your cousin,
It'd be weird if we're just sitting around. I'm like, hey, Mariel, man, dude, my cousin, right? Todd, that ass.
Yeah. I wish you'd just blow me like my cousin.
And then
like
I'm
that.
mad at
you
her
don't
for
even
getting
kiss
mad
like
at
my
me.
cousin, dude.
Yeah, it's
Fuck.
like, why can't you just kiss like she does?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes somebody bitter. You know, like when you,
Yeah,
when you
that'll piss somebody
compare
off.
when you compare somebody else and what you want out of somebody else's relationship.
Oh, I
with
hate
your
that
own.
shit.
That's bad. You can't do that.
I fucking
think that's the
hate that.
first. That's the first blunder you had.
If you gotta not see your family because of this relationship, there's just a lot. You gotta think about your life. Like you gotta think about a lot.
It
There's
has
a
to
lot
be
of
very
things.
serious.
There's a lot of things going on there.
Have you guys ever had like an ultimatum that a partner's given you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the porn girl, that she was like, don't watch porn. She was like, I consider porn cheating. If you watch porn, you're cheating on me. And delete all these girls off Instagram that like I had acquired over the years of Instagram.
Yeah, he
As if
did.
you're a
Big,
rock
big,
collector.
Yeah, he
big
did.
booty pages. Like, this is a good one. Jiggle, jiggle. Yeah, no, like, but I had to like go through Instagram, delete everything, and she would like literally hit me up and be like, "Who's this girl now?" And I'd be like, "Fuck, there was a lot. I missed one. I'm
Yeah,
sorry."
dude.
You know.
I don't know.
But that's a bad. We should have just broke up right then
Yeah,
and there.
'cause
Like it
that's-
was over.
that's more
like
of
it's
like-
done. It's
yeah.
done. Like what the fuck am I jumping through these hoops? Like if you can't, like that's an insecurity on her part. I'm being an idiot for even trying to fucking like deal with this bullshit. Like, fuck all that.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
it's not like
ultimatums.
fucking your cousin, you know.
Nah.
Yeah, you're kind of deep in that shit, man. I don't know, man. I don't like ultimatums. I don't like when somebody
No.
tells you you can't do something or else. Like,
Because
No, no, no.
like
Who
when
the fuck do you
somebody,
think you are?
sometimes people will propose the ultimatum to the other person thinking that they would make them happier with what you're saying. But a lot of times they should be like, no, that's not the point. Like a lot of times you saying you're not going to hang out with your family or cousins is missing the point of what her issue is with you. You know what I mean?
Also, too, like the way you guys describe your relationship sounded very unhealthy. And once again, this is just my perspective of things.
Of just the information that we have.
Yeah, and when somebody tells me that I spent every waking moment with my partner, there's only a couple of people that I know that are like that, and they're all fucking Asian immigrant parents, right? Because they only have each other when they came here. But when you're with somebody, and this is a truth for me that I've seen in personal relationships with my friends, when they get with somebody that doesn't have any fucking friends, it's always a red flag. It's like, what reason is there that you don't have a friend?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That
How
is
do you
weird.
not have a single fucking friend?
Too
Yeah. What the fuck is going
dependent.
on?
Yeah, it's odd. I don't believe in that shit, man.
No, that is weird.
That's not the
super
way to
weird.
go.
Yeah, and to piggyback on what you said about the
No,
ultimatums.
don't do that. Pick something else.
Absolutely not.
No, what are you doing?
Be quiet.
Fucking yeah, it's not about ultimatums. It's about you got to communicate and come to an agreement, an understanding. Like, where can I give blah blah blah. But if you ever at a road in a relationship where they're like, if you don't do this, then it's over.
It's
then
missing
it's
the
like it's
point.
over. You know what's kind of crazy too that I hear a lot of people say is like I've heard this a lot from girls too that have told guys have been like, hey, like if like they've been in a relationship for a while and they're like, hey, if you don't marry me by like next year,
Yeah, that's
like
weird.
it's over. And it's like, bro, if you have to tell me to marry you, we should not get married. Like
Yeah.
that's so weird to like pressure me into this fucking marriage.
Fucking Mariel, dude.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you that. I didn't tell you that.
Wait, what? Wait,
I'll tell you about this lady.
Touch on
right?
something?
She's so dumb. I love her to death. And I say dumb as in beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's so beautiful,
Wow.
right? She's the most beautiful person I've ever met
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
life.
Like a job
So
turkey.
I wanted to propose to her actually like when we were like 3 or 4 years in, like 3 years in or so. She's like, I'm not ready, blah, 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 right? Out of fucking nowhere, she goes, where's my ring? And I'm like, hold on a second. I proposed the idea of proposing to you earlier, but she started sweating me after a while. But she didn't know that I actually had a plan to propose to her in Japan. But we have to go to Japan first, and that was going to be in March.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for that time to come up. But that whole time she goes, like, she would do some subtle shit like this. I'm talking about this. I'm like, I'm a little thirsty. Can you pass me that glass of water? That's funny. How can I do that without a ring on my hand? And I'm like, oh, you want to be like that?
Wow.
You want to be like that? That's cool. You don't even know. I'm about to propose to your dumbass in fucking Japan. And I bought the ring.
Yep.
So she doesn't know. But
Yep.
as I'm about to propose to her,
That's how it goes, bro.
That's
Low-key.
so funny, dude.
in
Low-key kind
Japan,
of like that.
I have the ring in my camera bag ready to propose to her, ready to go. As we're going to the proposal spot that I know that I want to propose to her at, she goes, wouldn't it be a terrible idea if your brother actually proposed to his girlfriend before you proposed to me? I would kill you. And in my mind, I'm like, bitch, you don't even fucking know.
You take the ring, you chuck it in the river,
10
bro.
fucking minutes, I'm about to blow your fucking pupils out, bitch. You don't even fucking know. And she was just talking so much shit all the way to the proposal spot. I'm like, damn, I'm about to drown this girl in this river.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
So
it's like the angriest proposal of all time.
I'm
like,
like,
I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch, with this shit, bang.
Like,
Like,
did she just faint?
it's
It's
the
like,
most
oh.
in-your-face proposal of all time.
I want to say in your face, but what actually happened was I cried. I was like, "Will you marry me?"
A real
Yeah,
cry
yeah.
or a Sundance cry?
I Sundance.
Sundance,
No,
yeah.
I legit cried for this one because I actually
Yeah,
cared.
all right, Mr. So. I know what your deal is,
Yeah,
bro.
Bro,
yeah.
I cried, dude.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'll cry right now.
I did too.
Go, go,
Oh,
go.
he's having an aneurysm. Oh, no.
Go.
This is really hard. It's super pressure. You guys talk about something else and I'll
Go.
cry. I swear to God.
So what's up?
So Ting Tong, just
Ting Tong.
I can't do it. This is too hard. You said TikTok.
Ting Tong's funny.
Wow.
What's your closing thoughts on Ting Tong show?
Stop being a fucking loser, dude. Stop basing your whole life off of one person. Like, first of all, you sound super young. So if you think that the first person that you're with, that you've ever had a 5-6 year relationship, that's going to define you for the rest of your life. It's
not the end all
It's
be all.
not. No. You'll find people right now who have fell in love. They were together with their husband or wife for 30 or 40 years. Cancer takes them away. And that was the love of their life. But they still somehow 5 or 6 years later, they find somebody else to love.
Yeah.
Like, it's malleable. Things change all the time. Like, if you're dwelling on this stuff, why dwell on it? Life is fucking short. I'm not saying not to cherish what you guys had and maybe not reflect on you talking about fucking your cousin all the time. Maybe make some adjustments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Switch up the game plan. You know, you're throwing the 1-2 too much.
Exactly.
Throw a 3 in there.
Yeah.
Slip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is your past relationship is data that you've collected.
Yeah.
You take that, you improve on it, and you take it to the next relationship
Yeah,
that you have.
it's trial and error, and heartbreaks suck no matter what.
Of
So
course.
you
You have
just,
to go
you just
through it.
gotta deal with that.
You have to go through
You'll
it.
meet new people, new cousins will come around. You know what I mean? Like you'll be all
I feel
right.
like in his next relationship, he's gonna listen to this podcast and be like, "I heard what they said, babe. Why can't we just fuck like my brother?" Like, guy.
So yeah, you're right.
No,
Not
no.
use the cousins, sisters, or brothers.
Probably
That's it.
family. Yeah, if you're trying to compare yourself to like a good relationship with somebody, just don't use any family members.
Use the
'cause
Kardashians.
That
And
might
don't
confuse.
ever-
Yeah, just use somebody else,
Don't ever compare your relationship to another relationship.
or just say what the qualities of the relationship you want to
Exactly.
have. Like, why can't we just be happy together and have fun and crack jokes?
Yeah.
And shoot the shit. without getting in an
Comparison
argument.
is the thief of joy. Right? Is that what it is?
I think you're
You got it, guys.
Dude, we
The
got it,
dog
we got it.
barks to the moon, but the moon never barks back, dog.
Bark back dog.
Yeah. So
Yeah, dude.
remember that, dude. When the willow whispers at night, it yawns at the dawn.
And your whispering eye is what is
Raw
wanders
pink
through
meat.
my heart.
Ain't talking about
Kabuki.
kabuki.
Come on, dog.
Amen.
I know these rhymes.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, that wraps up the most useless episode.
Let's do another one. Let's do another. Do you have another
Do
one?
you have more
given
advice?
the most worst advice
one
for this
more-
guy.
do one more
I think
advice.
I think
We might as well do
let's-
one more
let's
advice.
do another one.
Do
Let's
another
I
advice.
think that was a good one.
I think so, dude.
It started off a little rocky, but I think it was good.
I'll tell you this, though.
We gotta make
This
jokes
is
out of
one
your
of the most
We got to. We have to.
hilarious advice column I've ever done.
You gotta crack a little joke.
Well, it's hilarious because I didn't think this guy would mention his cousin so many times.
Yeah, there was a lot of cousins in there.
If you were to type Apple F and type in cousin, it would be one out
The
of
whole
16.
essay. Yeah, it'd be a 1,000-word
It'd be
essay.
littered all over.
998 cousin.
Oh, this is a good one. This is from Anonymous. We'll call her Mabanga.
Mabanga.
So- Mabanga
It's got a good ring
Maduki
to it. I like it.
Says,
Maduki.
Mabanga. I would like to stay anonymous for this, please. Of course. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 3 years. First of all, thank you for knowing how to write and speak English. It helps me out a lot.
Use
In the-
commas. Amazing.
Yes. In the last year, I noticed that he doesn't find interest in having sex or doesn't seem to be interested in touching me in general. Ooh, shit.
That's rough.
He is the type of person who doesn't like to show PDA, which is public displays of affection. But when we are together privately, He's a little bitch. No, we seem even more distant. Oh, that's worse.
That is weird.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, I was uncovering some underlying trauma with my therapist. We've talked about my sexual assault from my last partner. Ooh, that's deep, girl. And she advised me to take antidepressants. I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
To work through my therapy session. There was a week where I wanted to have sex because I was having immense amount of pressure and stress from work while having sex. It wasn't pleasurable, and we had to stop. I don't know if I offended him or hurt his feelings because since then he won't have sex with me anymore. I want to say it's been about 7 to 8 months since we last had sex.
Damn.
Is there anything I can do to talk to him and have a conversation about this without making him upset, or should I just leave it and wait until he's ready to have sex again? First of all, that's not a problem that just you leave alone and it fixes itself.
Right.
You got to bring that shit up
Absolutely
Yeah, you
to
gotta
his
talk about
face
it.
and be like, yo, can we talk about the elephant in the room? And why don't you break my back, dog? Break my back out, player. No, but seriously though, I think you have to talk because
you have
sex
to talk about
is very important in a relationship.
Well, I mean, this is such a weird thing, right? I think like the situation is very weird because you are finding out things about yourself that even you didn't know, right? And now that he's also finding this stuff about you too, and specifically because it deals with sexual assault in a previous partner, he could be going through something right now where he doesn't want to fall into that category himself. Now
he might be scared.
He's scared. Maybe he doesn't know how to be around you anymore. Maybe the stuff that he thought that he enjoyed having sex with you, he's like, oh, am I being too rough? Am I bringing up trauma for you now? So if you guys don't, first of all, never ignore these type of issues, right? And if you guys do have a one-on-one conversation and it doesn't work, then that therapy session is going to have to be for both of you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, communication is key. Like, you have to talk about what the fuck is going on. You can't, like you said, it won't fix itself. You have to talk. And you can approach it like, you don't have to, obviously don't be like, why are we not having sex? Like, just talk and be like, hey, like, even like before you have the conversation, be like, that whole like, hey, I want to talk to you later today. I have some things I want to talk about in the relationship, blah, blah, blah.
You don't like this WAP?
Yeah.
You don't like this WAP, my guy? Blah, 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 blah.
So
blah.
I was with somebody, we broke up obviously, but during this time, she was consistently, when I would look at her, she would piss me off. You know what I mean? Specifically because she and I just were very combative human beings. We couldn't really see eye to eye on a lot of things. And I think what kind of kept us together at the time was that we had really good sex. So that was...
That WAP, boy.
That WAP.
Yeah.
Dave was blowing that back out, my guy.
Whack, back shots, back shots.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how you blow a back out when you're always on your back. But
That's
what I'm saying.
David figured it out, though. David figured it out. He knew how to
He's
do
like,
it.
I'm a man of many solutions. What's
Wow,
good?
many solutions. Call him a
David,
man
so
of many
don't do
thousand
the work.
solutions.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
guy's good, man. This guy's
pow,
good.
pow.
I didn't even power bottom, dude. I just fell asleep, and she was just using me like a lollipop.
Hey,
The worst sex she ever had. Yeah.
Whoa.
What the fuck was I saying?
You were talking about love. No,
I honestly
Oh yeah,
forgot.
so I was so I was in this relationship.
we went too long right now.
You
I
said
was in
sexual
this-
chemistry with this girl, but you didn't like her.
We were just in such a bad place. We didn't have sex for almost like 3 months. And I was young at the time, and having sex is something that when you're young, you just want to fuck all
That's
the time.
it, yeah.
But for her, because there was such an emotional disconnect, and every time we spoke to each other, we got into a fight. I literally found her as the most unattractive fucking human being on earth.
Yeah.
I would look at her, like when she would open her mouth, I'm like, what kind of fucking diarrhea is going to come out of that mouth today?
Yeah, right.
And so, whether she was in the mood or I was in the mood, it didn't really fucking matter. I just didn't want to be touched by her.
Yeah.
So
That's a good place to be.
when there's those emotional turmoil, it's hard to connect. And I feel like if you're not fucking just to fuck, right, and you're in a committed relationship, that emotional aspect of having sex is very, very important.
And once
yeah,
that's gone,
absolutely.
it's really hard to come back from that.
Yeah, there's times where you can look at your partner when everything is right and they look like the most beautiful person on earth, and when they irritate you, you're like, your pussy looks like Morgan Freeman's face, like just freckled,
Still
and,
beautiful.
just freckled and
just
just
weathered.
dotted for no reason. It looks like a baseball mitt.
But you have a great voice.
You know what I mean? It's like your vagina's gonna tell me a really deep story.
It's gonna narrate what I'm doing in the kitchen.
really
Let's
well.
talk about Shawshank.
The penguins marched all the way to Balaska.
I'm telling you, man. Like you're with these people in these relationships, and like emotionally things aren't working out.
Yeah.
It's supposed to happen. Like how are you gonna have sex with somebody that you feel so emotionally disconnected with?
Yeah, right.
And it sounds like you don't know what's going through his head. And
Yeah, you're making
I feel-
assumptions.
Yeah, so it's hard because I feel like for him, there could be, I would imagine his position, it might be really tough knowing your past history and being able to like knowing what to do, like not taking the wrong step. So a lot of it could be that, and a lot of it could just be like, I just don't want to make it worse, or he knows that you're going through a lot too. So
people just don't want to have uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, exactly. But for this, you have to have this conversation, and you should feel, both of you guys should feel somewhat like safe having this conversation with each other, because it's you guys are trying to like grow with each other. If that's the case, you guys are trying to like work things out. So you guys should try to figure out where he's coming from, and he should be trying to figure out where you're coming from. And if that's not there on his side, then that's not a good sign.
Right.
Every time I hear this relationship stuff, I'm always trying to picture how Nick would deal with it. It's like, we haven't had sex in a while, I want to talk about it. I feel Nick's just like, what do you want?
I'll be like, sex now. I talk like caveman.
What do you want from me? I'm not a machine, guys.
She's like, I got 2 minutes and that's it. That's what I tell Tiff.
2 minutes of pure, unadulterated sex.
Of pure rage, my baby. That's what I tell her. My baby. And she's like, don't talk like that to me.
Have you ever hooked up with like some random person? I know my guy over here be getting that wop wop.
No. Honestly, Tiff has been the only person that I have had a relationship with and I have had sex with.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, you're like a Romeo and Juliet.
I think we got lucky, because
that's awesome.
When I talk to other people about that, it's like they don't really have a similar, like I got lucky with Tiff. Like I feel like personality wise we're very, very compatible. We're friends. Like, like she's my best friend. but she's my lover though.
Cut the machismo out, man. Just say it how you feel, bro.
Johnny, blow that back out, my guy. Come on. Bang, 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 bang. No, I'm a little softy though, dude.
Hey, man, just say how you feel about Tiff right now, because I'm gonna cut this part out and I'm gonna send it to her.
I tell her this all the time, because when I hear other people go through like their dating stories and like when they're trying to meet other women, I'm like, for me and Tiff, I really honestly genuinely feel that she checks all the boxes that I'm looking for in a partner.
What are those boxes?
Like, she got a fat old ass, bro. Like her lips.
Toxic masculinity seeps in again.
Yeah. Bang. No, it's just as a partner, she's very supportive. She never kind of like, she believes in me more than I do. You know what I mean? She always has my back. She looks out for me in ways that I can never imagine, and she's empathetic. She
everything you're not.
Exactly. Like she compliments me very well.
So what do you do for her, trash bag?
Shit, I cook for her. I cook for her. I clean the toilet every now and then.
Let's go, dumpster boy. Tell me what you do for her. She supports you. She makes you believe in yourself. What do you do besides take her spirit and soul away? Tell me.
I use her money.
Tell me what else. What else do you do?
I sleep on her. I take her pillows.
Nice.
You've given her COVID 3 times so far.
Yeah. I bought her dinner a couple times. That was about it.
That's pretty good.
Her birthday's tomorrow, so shout out to my girl on her birthday.
I'll tell you this though, it's really hard having like for me anyways, just hooking up with somebody. So there was a point where
weird, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I did only because I was a stand-up comic, because I needed to have life experiences that other people had in their stand-up sets that I didn't have, because I grew up very fucking religious. I when I was younger too, if I said the word fuck, it literally felt like Satan grabbed my ankles and he was dragging me to hell.
Wow. Because that's what was happening to you.
Yes.
Specifically to you.
That's what it felt like. It felt like if I said fuck, I was going to go to hell that instant. Wow. But I started cursing more often, because instead of punching random shit when I got mad, it was better just to verbally let it out and just say how I feel.
Right.
That's a better way to do it.
So I was like, oh, this is smart. Like, just fuck. I'm a curse. Fuck it. It's way better than just breaking shit.
Yeah, right.
So I learned to express my anger in other ways, and now I don't even do that. Now I'm just not as angry.
There you go.
Just like my grandma. Grandma taught me the best. So
he's looking down at you so proud. He's like, that's
he's
my
just
guy.
like, oh, that's my grandson.
He's like, he rafa too much, but his rage very
one
good.
more time.
His rage very good.
Very
He's
good.
Japanese in this one.
Yeah, that is very good.
And having Koreans turn Japanese, yeah.
That's how it is, dude. That's because they're better than Korean people, you son of a bitch. Do you know about our history?
All Asians turn Japanese. All Asians turn Japanese when they go to heaven.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah, so cool, very much.
Very, very similar in cultures, though.
But yeah, have the conversations. Don't not talk about this stuff, because I think you have to put everything that you got on the table, because at that point it's like, if you can't be honest with each other, then what do you
What's
have?
the point? Yeah.
Yeah.
Communication is key always in any relationship.
talk.
Friendships too, anything.
Yeah.
You got to be able to talk about shit. If you can't talk about something with somebody, it's
we're
already.
not like fucking Patricio up here just having mindless sex.
Yeah,
all
this
the
guy's
time,
good
man.
at.
I've been, you know.
Yabba dabba do.
Like the very few, the very few experiences that I've had in my life where women have been like very forward with me, I get really uncomfortable and I don't like it, especially if I don't know them. Like if they're coming up to me and they're being very forward.
What's up with you, egg bro?
I'll be like,
What's up with you, baby? What's up with you, baby? Looking all crispy and shit like that. You ever fuck with a woman like me?
I'll be
Bitch,
like,
I got
no.
that wop, homie. What's up? You trying to fuck this or what?
I'll be like, haha, you're crazy, and I'll run to my locker.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
And
I
you ain't
leave.
never seen crazy yet till I fucking suck that dick and make you come in my fucking ear hole. You feel me?
Damn.
And I'm like,
I don't know who this is. It's actually Alex dressed up as a woman. This is Alex dressed up as
crashing
a woman.
cans on his head.
Wow.
Dude, yeah, that's.
Dude, that's scary.
I wish
I'd
Tiff
be
would talk
scared
like
in that
that.
situation.
I'd be scared of shit.
Tiffany's
What
talking
the
more like
fuck?
that.
Yeah, when I went through that phase of just trying to hook up with people,
It doesn't. It feels.
What was
weird,
it
huh?
like for you, hooking up with girls like that?
it didn't feel good.
No?
It was
empty?
like it was good in the moment just because I was going through a dry spell and I was like, you know what, dude? I just want to fuck. And then
Yeah.
after we fucked, it was like, I could have just jacked off. That's
Yeah.
that's what it felt like.
A lot
for me.
of work for no
it is
result, huh?
it is kind of like a drug in the sense where you need to like just get that fix.
guy knows
If you're
drugs.
just like I mean, being in a relationship with someone that you like really get along with and like connect with is way better because like it's like having a homie. It's like having like friends that are like, you know, 1,000 people, but you're just acquaintances with everybody versus if you have 3 like just really solid fucking friends. The 3 solid friends all day is what's up. So I'm trying to say have 3 bitches on the side.
Have a rotation.
No.
Patrick's the master.
But the thing is like that
This guy's good.
deeper connection is really what it's about. But that being said, I have gone through the same thing too, where like you hook up with girls and you're like, at the end, you just kind of feel like like, what am I doing? This is all I'm doing. Like I'm just hooking up, and it's just like you look over and you're like, ugh, like what the? Who is this?
Yeah,
like,
it just
leave
doesn't
my house.
feel that great.
But sometimes you hook up with somebody and they're like pretty cool, and you're like, this is just great.
Yeah, you fucking wop chaser.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, sometimes it's like
This guy gets whop in his
honestly,
lap. Like, it
like
just falls
one
in his lap,
specific,
guy.
this girl hit me up. I was at my friend's house. She hit me up and she was like, "Can we fuck right now? Like, I'll just come over. Like, I just want to fuck
I've
you."
never had anybody
Yeah,
say that.
And
to me.
I was like, I was at my friend's house. I looked at the text. I laughed and I looked at my friend. I was like, I gotta go. I was like, I gotta
Emergency.
go right now. And I went home laughing. We had sex. She left, and it was like, and I just went back to my friend's house. I was like, wow, that was great.
Well, yeah, that's
I've
a good
never
time.
had like those situations.
Never.
I've never had a girl look at me and be like, "You are somebody that
That I
I
have sex
want
with."
to see naked."
Yeah, I want to sit on your face.
It's like,
Let's get out of
I
here.
would love to see that shit. I have this one homie, like when you look at him, he looks like somebody who's, I mean, he's a sexual dude, right? But he looks like somebody who's like that guy that spits like mad game.
Yeah.
He's not. He's actually very socially awkward when it comes to women. But he looks like a sexy, dark, mysterious ass dude. And kind of like the job that he does, it's very sexy. It's super sexy.
What's his job?
Can't say. But he's a very sexy, it's a very sexy type of job,
Sexy
right?
job.
Like,
huh?
what's an example of a sexy job? That's
Sexy
not what
job.
he does.
Catering. So
Oh, shit, tight.
I want to fuck caterers all the time.
all the
Yeah.
time, dude.
This guy
Matzo
fucks
ball
caterers
soup,
all the
Jewish
time.
caterer, dude. Matzo ball soup and then fucking brisket, baby.
Ooh.
I
You know
like
what I mean?
brisket.
You
get
want
brisket
to
over here,
put
boy.
these matzo balls in your mouth. So it's
inappropriate, David.
when he was, this is before he was married, he sent me this text. This is when he was like trying to fuck around a little bit. He would put up his profile picture, very handsome dude, just tatted up, nice tan.
I
Just,
gotta get some tats, dude.
Get some tats.
you
Tiff
got
would like tats,
You
though.
got a
I feel
tat.
like some
You would
tats.
look a little weird.
Yeah.
You're like, you're trying too hard. Relax.
Yeah, relax, man.
And I would take it
But-
off.
You should get the
I'd rub it
zebra
off.
gum tats and then tat over
Oh,
those.
perfect, dude.
Like just and then trace
Like,
it
yeah, that's pretty new. I can make a dance and just do that.
Love it. So he showed me one of his fucking
shut up,
over it. Yeah, over
Shut up,
it.
yeah,
guy.
shut the fuck up. So he showed me this one Tinder conversation, right? And I'm talking about a dude that doesn't have to do any fucking work for women. Is this guy? She literally wrote, "Where are you at?"
Wow.
Right? And he goes, and just he was a little drunk at this time, and he goes like, "Oh, I'm at my house, blah 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 blah." And she goes, "Okay." She's like, "I want to fuck." He's like, "You trying to fuck right now?" He goes, "Will you let me come in your mouth?" She goes, "You could literally come wherever you want."
Wow.
Right? And then this
for
fool,
her.
she called his bluff, right? Because he doesn't really talk like that, and he just goes, "Tight." Period. That's all he wrote. He wrote tight, and then he texted me,
Tight.
goes, "What do I do?" I was like, "Bro, it's done."
In her mind, she's
Just
like, man,
send
this
your
guy's
address.
cool, man. Because you played it cool. He
Yeah.
played it cool.
He wrote tight.
Did he hook up with this girl?
No, because he was too busy talking to me about what he should do. I'm like, you don't have to do anything.
He's like,
Literally,
it's 3 in the
your
morning
address.
already.
Just send your address. That's it.
That's fucking,
Where are you?
he
Location.
is nothing. But that's happened to him multiple times.
Wow.
He has like this mysterious, and they think it's mysterious. They're like, oh, this guy's
just
fucking
awkward. Yeah.
He's so. I can't put my finger on him. It's like because he's socially awkward.
It's just fucking weird.
He's scared of you.
Dude, there are guys like that. Like I had homies too, like that were like that were good looking. Girls liked him. They're like, he's cute, and they would start talking to him, and then they'd be like, oh, this guy's kind of fucking weird. And I would just be like, bro, just chill out a little bit. Like, they just. Some dudes just turn into complete weirdos where it's just like they're like,
dude, I'm over here. I'm like, I got card tricks and shit. I'm like, hey, you guys pick a number, pick any number.
Why are you talking like that?
Then I start bringing a fucking scarf out of my fucking
Out of your butt? You're just like,
hey, let me show you something.
we got a couple of buddies like that just are just like, you know,
just a little strange. They're like good looking.
No, not like they just get girls thrown at them all the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
they don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
to do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
One of our friends, who's a very good friend of mine, he's gonna be the best man at my wedding. This dude just gets, you know, he gets stuff thrown at him all the time.
Well, he's a handsome dude.
He's
too.
a handsome dude. Like he gets like
And
one
he's
time.
also-
One
sorry,
time, I'll just say this: this one person who was in a relationship messaged him and
We
said,
know who you're talking about.
she goes, you know, like I can't. Can you just not talk to me anymore? Because I'm like getting really attracted to you, and I just can't do this.
I have never
Like-
had anybody say that to me in my fucking life.
And I know this dude like the back of my hand,
So
and
fucking
he's like,
bad.
he goes, dude, I wasn't doing anything. Like I wasn't even trying to. I didn't do
That's
nothing.
like the number one charmer dude thing to say.
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
I didn't do
Bro, I didn't do
nothing."
anything.
Snake charmer over
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, yeah.
charmer.
So I slept with him instead, and it was great.
What is it like? I wonder what it's like for guys like that, where they just
like being able to dunk, you know?
They just fucking they live a hot girl life. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Some
just
dudes are
exist.
just lucky like that, like super, super lucky. Not me, dude. I'm
fair.
trial and error. Honestly, when I first started talking to girls on AIM, I would say, "You are the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my whole life. I bet you all guys want to be with you." I said all that lame shit too.
too.
And then I realized, like, oh, no one's fucking me, so I
You
should
gotta
change
ignore
the
them a
approach.
little bit. It's like you're pretty for a 5.
Oh,
and then
nagging.
and then
Come
she's
on.
like,
Feel
"What
bad
you
about
mean?
yourself."
I ain't a 5. I'm at least a 7 or 8." I was like, "Yeah, maybe in the ugly ass city you from." And she's like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Yeah, you trying to fuck?" And she's like, "Oh, maybe."
You got that from that dating expert guy, huh?
Yup,
He
you gotta
taught
just
that.
you gotta fucking let them know that they're special, but that ain't too special.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to
gotta
play
lead 'em on.
cool. You just have to be your own dude. You know, if you're
Yeah,
too
yeah.
That
thirsty
shit works
for it,
all
it's
the
just
time.
it's whack.
That's how I got married.
If you're
I
too-
was like, same shit.
Yeah, girl.
I was like, "What's up, girl? You fucking beautiful for an ugly girl."
damn, hit it with that
For a
sauce.
bitch. And she was like, "I fucking hate you. Don't ever talk to me again." Yeah, what if I can't even speak? I'm a mute. And she was like, "Say something else." I said,
He called your bluff.
She's like,
called my
damn.
bluff. Like,
In her
"Man,
head, she's
dude,
like,
good."
damn, I'ma fuck this dude.
and then she walked away.
Right
She was
now.
like, mysterious.
She's like, I'm gonna sit on
I
this dude's
like
face.
How was he talking? And then how'd he go mute in a second? It makes no sense. And I was like, I was talking to you on your mind, baby.
Bam, telekinesis.
good, dude.
Yeah, I've never had a woman ever approach me like that in my fucking life. Even when I was like the
Not
most
relatable.
famous on YouTube, I still had to work for it. I'm like, shh, you know who I am? They're like, yeah. No. You know exactly who you are. Like, you're funny, I guess.
Yeah, no is my
You
favorite.
kind of
Yeah.
know people, I guess, but
No.
really, I mean, come on, get used
Can
to
you
it.
hook me up with Joji Tsukawa? That's what it
I was like, I can. I really can. Amen.
Wow.
Well, guys, that wraps up this episode of the Genius Brain Podcast. Amazing episode, by the way. The
think our
fucking
best
best.
yet.
This is the best
this is
yet.
the best yet.
I love
Hey,
it.
send your questions, y'all.
Yeah,
I
send
like
us
the
some-
questions, bro. Keep sending the
Questions
questions.
are good.
Yeah, tell
They
tell
happen every time. The
They
questions?
people just hit me up with their life problems, and I
Let's do
personally
it.
like it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
It's great.
Yeah.
You get a lot of different
all day.
perspectives. Perspectives.
Yeah, this fool. What's happening? Stroke?
Yeah, usually
Yeah, usually.
around 9:30 every night. Yeah, I
the
get it.
conversation got really. Well, you have a stroke, bro? Yeah, about 3 times a day.
Yeah. What about you guys? You guys know none? No strokes at all? Wow.
No,
It's
right?
just me, huh?
Now. Yep. Well, guys,
Hell yeah.
where can they find you?
Nick the ear on anything.
And Patrick.t.riley on Instagram.
And there you guys
And
go.
there you go.
Come fuck
Find
with your
them
boys.
all places, everywhere. Nick is a professional trainer of some sort.
Yeah.
What is your title again?
Like a professional. I teach juggling at the park. So like if
Nice.
you like.
Don't make fun of that guy that juggles there every day, man. Come
No,
on, man.
no, I wasn't.
You were
that
making-
guy's
you're-
good.
You're
I was
making
literally.
fun of that. You're making fun
I
of that.
was not making fun
You
of
are
him, bro.
making fun of the juggler at the
I
park.
praise him.
That guy
What's he
is
juggling?
Bro, he's
balls?
good, dude.
He's-
Pins?
He was today. He was doing balls and then pins as well.
Ooh, pins is
But
where
that
you're
no,
like.
I'm telling you, that guy is there every single fucking day, and he does it for like 2-3 hours. He's legit.
Pins
That's
are when
dedication,
when you
bro.
know there's a master is when you see pins. You're like,
I
"Damn,
think-
this
I
guy
think he's a professional
went
juggler
into a
for real."
bowling alley and stole these to do this.
Like, where did you
hell
get
yeah.
those? You actually can't buy these.
Yeah, you have to steal them.
Yeah, the new Ocean's 11 plot to get these motherfucking things from a goddamn bowling alley.
On a side note,
I
I will say this. For some reason, I fucking hate magicians. And I will see you guys.
Let's get one on and just like you should interview
Why do
a
you hate him?
magician.
You know what it
do with
is?
that?
It's just obnoxious.
It's a little
Because like every time we're having a conversation and there's a magician there, he can't wait to show us his magic.
You know what that
tricks.
is? The guy that
annoying as
the
fuck.
magicians are equivalent to the guys that bring like guitars to parties.
Yes, that's
Same
what it
thing.
is. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, we're chilling, and he goes like, "Hey, can I show you something?" I'm like, "Abso-fucking-lutely not."
Yeah.
It's like the guy. It's like the guy that knows he's good at dancing and he just dances everywhere. Like, or he does like
Yes.
like he check his
Bro.
backflip. Like he does shit like
I was
that.
at the gym. I was in the sauna, and this guy's talking to me about doing bachata, and he's like, "Sometimes when you're doing bachata and you just feeling it with a girl, and there's like other dudes like in the, and he's talking just to me, direct eye contact. He's like, you just move with the rhythm of the dance, and I was like, what the
and
fuck
you're
is
just looking
going
up
on?
in the sauna like.
And his
fuck,
towel
he's like-
falls off, and it's his dick just right in your face.
the rhythm of the dance.
How's
He's
your
like, "It's
dick doing the
good."
bachata right now?
He's
dude?
like, I met good people in there. It's great. I was like,
It's
what
great.
the fuck
My
is
name
this?
is Borat.
It's like these other guys. Do you see
Have
these
you guys
other
been to
guys?
Magic Castle? That
I
place?
want to go. I've never
Let
been.
me tell you something. I've never wanted to beat up everybody in one place in my life.
Oh, they're all
Wow.
they're all virgins or something.
Well,
huh?
no, I mean the shows are really great, but there's just a bunch of random magicians there, and they're standing. They stand there and they wait for you to approach them, and they so you walk up and I have to entertain it. And I'm
It's
like,
it's being a magician is such like a weird pretense.
It's
you
cool
know?
if I'm a kid. Like if I'm a young kid and I want to be amazed by shit that's not real, I would.
I'll say this: the only time I'll watch magic is watching other people react to magic.
That's
the
cool.
Only time, like that's the only time I'll watch it. Otherwise, I couldn't be bothered, dude.
There was a magician guy that got upset at me because I wasn't amazed at his tricks, and I told him.
So you're doubling down
And I
right
told
now.
him I
was mad?
He was upset, but I told him I didn't want to see his magic tricks. Like I wasn't in the mood.
Fuck out of here.
But this guy, he was showing me this magic trick where it was a shit where you where he takes the number that you're guessing and then I whatever whatnot, right? And he
Right.
does it and he was like, he smiled at me and I was like, all right, man. And he was like, you're a fucking dick. And I looked at him, I was like,
Oh, I'm a dick.
I
Called you a
didn't
dick?
approach you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't ask to fucking look at. I was not a participant in this shit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
wanted me to be amazed by
You
that.
can't be
Magic
mad
raped
that I
me.
don't like it.
He magic raped you,
magic
dude.
raped me.
Yeah,
That's
that's
magic
exactly
rape,
what it
bro.
is.
I do not consent.
Yeah,
And I
magic
told him
rape.
multiple times.
I'm trying to go to the store, man. I don't want to see your fucking magic. Because the other thing about magic too, it's like you know that there's some fuckery involved.
Yes.
Of course.
Like you know you're not like. Once I figure out what you're doing, you're like, okay, cool. You leave. That's why when you ask, like, well, how'd you do that? As soon as they tell you how they did it, you'd be like, oh, all right.
A
Yeah,
magician
fucks the whole
never
thing up.
reveals his tricks.
Yeah, because you would think that, oh, this is lame.
It's like watching the Avengers, and it's like, oh, how do they film all this?
Because if they
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
if
Is
they,
Iron Man real? It's like, no, it's CGI.
if they do
Oh.
magic shit like David
Oh.
Blaine, right, where he's talking out of nowhere and in his monotone fucking pedo voice, he's like,
Yeah.
"Have you ever seen magic before?"
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, no, I haven't seen magic before.
You're like, Rocky, is that you?
That's crazy. That's crazy. And all of a sudden, David Blaine burps, and then a fucking bullfrog comes out his mouth.
Yeah.
I'm down with that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, what
He's
the
like-
fuck, dude?
He's like, check this out. You want to see me hold my breath for 7 days? Check this out. And you're like, oh shit. She's
Dies. He
actually-
dies.
and
And
he
he
dies.
dies.
He
You see
comes
that
back.
when he actually died? I'm saying. Yeah,
And he comes back
didn't
out. He
make
goes,
it.
"I think I died."
Or I remember there was one who was like Chris Angel, right? And he was laying on the concrete, and they're like, "We're gonna use a steamroller to roll over him." And they're like, "Oh my god, how did he do it?" And all he was doing was he put a Tempur-Pedic mattress. So when the fucking the bulldozer ran over him, it looks like he got smashed by it, and he pops up and he's like, see, but it's like. That's
Wait.
not magic, dude.
He put a Tempur-Pedic mattress on his back.
So yeah, he was laying on a Tempur-Pedic mattress. So when the steamroller went over him, like you're like, oh my god, he's getting killed, but he survived. How did he do it?
By the way, if you do magic, I'm not knocking on you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I I am allowed not to be amazed by it.
Yeah,
You know, like I
yeah.
don't.
And also, don't force your tricks on anybody. That's
Yeah.
magic rape. But
That's magic
weird.
rape. And
It is-
you
that
need consent.
is.
You need magic consent before you perform your magic.
I do want fucking. If I say I don't care, right, and then
Yeah.
you keep pressuring me, like,
Yes.
yo, you'll love this. Just wait. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, bro.
You're
Like,
being a
wh-
molester.
If I was a magician, I'd be like, okay, cool, later. You know, because like for
Yeah.
you to like give you your like to it's
Also, if we're hanging out,
unsolicited.
it's just me and you, like just two dudes in a room. And I'm like, can I show you something? That's already like red
We're on weird
flags.
terms. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you've
yeah.
already fucked this whole dynamic up. Like
And I'm
I'm,
like,
I'm
hey, bro.
looking at you weirdly.
I'm raising an eyebrow at you
Yeah,
right now.
like
The fuck away from me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You gonna pull your dick out? What's going on?
It's a
dude?
weird
Get the fuck
pretense.
outta
It's a
here.
weird pretense.
Very fucking. Odd.
Nah, it's
Yeah, 'cause you
magic.
can pull out a gun or like, you know, your dick.
You
or
would pull your dick
magic.
out? Nah, magic.
What would be worse?
Worse.
A guy pulling
Magic
out
would
a-
be worse. Dick,
Yeah.
I'd be more like, that's funny, kind of. Like,
Yeah,
you pulled
I would
your-
100%
I'd be like,
prefer
pulled
if you
dick
whipped out
right
your
now?
dick.
That's pretty
It
funny.
depends on what the trick is, you know.
Yeah. Can I show you something? Is it magic, dude? It's my dick. Perfect.
Go ahead, pull it up.
Pull out.
Are you gonna saw it in half? Yeah, let's see
5
that.
seconds. 5 seconds. Okay.
I want you to split your penis in half and then pee in 2 bowls. Magic. Well, guys,
Magic.
that's our
That's
episode,
right.
this episode of the Genius Brain Podcast, and we will see you next time. Thursdays and Sundays, baby. Peace.
Wee, wee, wee.